So you just learned how to subtract using zero pairs. I'm wondering how people feel about teaching subtraction as adding the opposite by flipping tiles. Okay, so in this problem, 7 minus -2. This would mean take away 2 reds. I don't have 2 reds. Normally I would add 0 pairs. All right, but would we like it if we said, okay, I want to take away 2 reds, so whenever I want to take something away, I add what I get when I flip. All right, to help students understand that this rule, so change subtraction to add the opposite. So I actually decided that I liked this. Like I said, I was turned off to this by someone in my department who felt like flipping should not be an operation that we teach with these chips. But I kind of like it, and I'll show you later on why I do. So anyway, we're not going to go over any of the integer stuff here because I hope you got comfortable with all of that on the video that you watched. So let's go down to the examples below where we're using the big square as A, the rectangle as B, and the small square as 1. And let's take a look at how we would model this. Okay, so for the first problem, remember blue is positive and red is negative. Okay, so for this first example here, I have my 2 A's, right? My minus 3B, so 3 reds, plus 6, so I have it on the beige side because that's positive. And then I want to add that to -3A, so they're red side up, plus 5B, plus 1, or I'm sorry, minus 1 unit. Okay, now I would put together all of my 0 pairs. That would 0 out. That would 0 out. 3 and 3 would 0 out. And then one of these would 0 out for a final answer of 1A. So I have 1A plus 2B plus 5. Okay, that's what I'm showing here with this final answer. Now, other things that we're going to model here, the distributive property. Okay, 3 times A plus B. Okay, so I could model this by simply showing A plus B, wait, positive, sorry, I should have it this way, A plus B, 3 times. All right, so that's 3A plus 3B. Now, one thing that students tend to do incorrectly is they will come to something like this and they will try to call that 6 times 3A. They think incorrectly that the 3 should distribute through. All right, because here the 3 certainly does distribute through. All right, so to show 2A, right, 3 times, right? So here's my 2A, right, that's 2A. And then I want that 3 times. To get 6A. Okay, pretty simple model. Now, for the next example, 3 minus 4B. I've set this one out already. Right, so I have B, which is the green, and then I have minus 4, so I have red 4, and I modeled that 3 times. Another way that I could show this is if I was on this website here, okay, and I selected Show Corner Frame from my menu, okay. So what I did here is I'm showing 3 ones, 3 positive ones, and then here's my B, and then here is my -4. Actually, I need one more of these, don't I, for a -4. Okay, so then I take +1 and multiply it by, why am I getting that? I don't want that. Multiply +1 and then if I multiply a positive times a negative, I'm not going to take the time to drag all of these negatives over, but I can see I'm going to get -12. So +1 times -1 is -1. So I'm going to have 12 of these. Now on the next page, so I'm going to have you finish this problem on your own. So you're going to try that on your own. But before I move my models, we're going to talk about how should we model -3 times b minus 4. Okay, so here's the model 3 minus 4. 3 times b minus 4. Okay, if we want to negate it, negate means the opposite. So I'm wondering how people feel about just flipping every single thing, right? So if we want to negate something, negate means we have the opposite, which means we flip everything. So that would work. So again, I wish we were in class because I'd be saying, how do you feel about that? Do you like that model, right, where we flip everything? And that would be a nice rows. Or if I came back over here, over on this side, I would change this to -3. Okay, so I'd have red 3s. So I'm going to delete. All right, I'm having trouble here manipulating this at the same time that I hold my camera. Delete, come on, delete. There we go. Delete, delete. And instead have red over on this side. Okay, if I have red over on this, -1 times one of these would make all of these red. There, geez, it's touchy. Okay, so -1 negative times that would be a red long piece, and then -1 times -1 would be +1, and then I could fill it in, fill the rest of it in as such. All right, so do we like that model better? Right, how do we feel about that? So right now, finish making your model for this problem as well as, where is it? That problem. All right, and then we'll pick back up in a minute.